Here's Cook. Cook runs from his acting half spot, but Harmon and Foster put him down. Here's Sonny Nicol. Sonny Nicol from Hunslet team. He's still only 19 years old. So the referee gives a penalty to Sheffield. And takes a tap and passes it to Van Bellen. Van Bellen gets in Warrington's quarter line. Here's Broadbent, only second run of the match. He's having a very quiet game. Ashton goes for that tonight, pass it to Van Bellen. Van Bellen to Gampson. Ashton pass it out to Powell. Powell goes down. Nice kick by Ashton. He's got Hardy there. Hardy's couldn't get it. And Dave Lyon does very well to get that ball. Foster runs from that half back, but Hardy quickly in there. So Warrington trying to get out to their own 25-yard line now with the forwards driving. Here's Malloy this time, pass it to Burke. Burke's still going forward with 3 Sheffield forwards on him. Mr. Bowman says last tackle. Dave Lyon did brilliantly there to take that ball, but it's a poor kick and Hardy regains the ball. Paul Cullen easily gets him down with superb tackle. Grimaldi runs sideways again and doesn't make any yardage.
Get him onside! Get him onside!
Aston, he's the little general of this Sheffield side. He's always in the moves. Turner, pass it inside to Mercer. Mercer's still running with Bruce Maguire hanging on to him. Mike Gregory, he decides to go for a run, but Grimaldi in the tackle. Mike Gregory loses the ball. Here's Van Bellen. Van Bellen, he's been having a very powerful game. Hardy, Nelson, he goes from that to half-back. Not getting anywhere though. Ashton pass it out there. Sheffield fans moaning. I don't know why, it was a fair tackle to me. There's nothing at all wrong with that tackle, it was just a superb hard hit from Paul Cullen. Sheffield fans moaning, I don't know why. Referee stops the clock.
Riley, that one's just hanging off the fence, I don't know what it is.
So the referee decides to give the penalty to Sheffield. Darryl Powell eventually gets up, he's all right now. So Aston takes a penalty. Van Bellen. He runs powerfully on the ball, but Keane Warrington tackling it there. He's Broadbent runs about 5 yards. Here's Maguire. A Balmain Tiger, he'll be going back next week. Here's Aston. Only 15 yards now from the Warrington line. Here's Van Bellen tries to get the ball away but can't. Fifth and last tackle for Sheffield is Aston. Aston goes for the nice kick, but the ball sails dead. So Warrington now tap 25. Warrington take it quickly. Here's Paul Cullen. Burke decides to run on the right hand side of the pitch, makes good 5 yards. Crompton runs by himself, but Grimaldi in that tackle. Mann this time goes for the kick, but Gampson easily takes that ball in his own 25-yard line. Brilliant tackle, brilliant following there by Steve Malloy. Here's Nelson. Sonny Nicol now running, but he's well tackled by Paul Cullen and Tony Thorley. Penalty to Sheffield after Warrington holding down. So Sheffield again with a penalty. Aston makes 20 yards. Van Bellen again the first driver. Knock on there by Gary Van Bellen. Oh, what a superb tackle there by Mark Foster. Knocks him down for 6. So it's Warrington's head and ball, and Warrington win the scrum. Scrum collapses, so the referee wants the ball in again. Ashton a mile offside there, but the referee doesn't think so. Foster, he runs by himself, but Bruce Maguire in that tackle. Here's Manny, shows the ball, runs by himself. Mercer passes it out to Desi. Harmon runs back into the forwards. Here's Malloy decides to go for a run, but Sonny Nicol in with the tackle, it's last tackle. Nice ball out, here's Mercer, he goes for the little kick. Mike Gregory knocks it backwards, but Cook gets it for Sheffield. Here's Aston slings a wild ball out there to Powell. Van Bellen passes it to Hardy. Hardy's easily tackled by Foster and Mike Gregory. Sheffield now on the halfway line. Nice play by Matt Foster. But Cook escapes his tackle, pass it inside to Dickinson. Nelson passes it to Aston, Aston to Powell, to Broadbent, back to Powell. Powell gets the ball out to Maiko. Maiko, he's down though, near that right-hand touchline. Last tackle now. High up and under. Well taken by Dave Lyon. Referee gives a penalty for Warrington for Sheffield being offside. Not 5 yards away from Dave Lyon, who received the ball.
Come on, Lyon, it went in down there.
So with only about 5 minutes to go, the scoreline still Sheffield 2, Warrington 6. In fact, that was the half-time hooter. So the scoreline still says Sheffield 2, Warrington 6, with a penalty goal for Sheffield by Mark Aston. And all the points coming from Rocky Turner for Warrington with a try and a goal. So the second half now, and Sheffield have made 2 substitutes with Anthony Farrell, number 14, and Neil Kellett, number 15, coming on for Sheffield. And I'm not quite sure who's gone off, I'll tell you later. Warrington, however, have made no substitutes, so the game gets underway with Mark Aston. Des Drummond takes the ball, and Kellett makes his first tackle of the match. Has to go back to run it out, and nice running there by Martin Crompton. It's only got 2 to be. A little chip over, obstruction there by Bruce Maguire. It's got to be a penalty. The linesman comes on, but the referee didn't even see it. Linesman's come on. The referee's miles away. The linesman saw all what happened. Martin Crompton made a superb break down the pitch, ran 50 yards, kicked the ball forward, and he was obstructed by Bruce Maguire, who knocked him down to the floor. So the referee now, the linesman and referee discussing what actually happened. So surely it must be a penalty to Warrington, and it's been sin-binned for 10 minutes. Bruce Maguire sin-binned in his last game for Sheffield. So a penalty where the ball stopped from Martin Crompton's kick. So Rocky Turner decides to go for goal. So Rocky Turner 25 yards out, but he's near the touchline, left-hand side of the touchline. Takes his time, Turner. Looks high, looks on target. Just wide to the right-hand side of the post. The Warrington fans over there are angry. They thought it was over. It looked good from here, but the touch judges didn't think so. Mike Gregory takes the ball. Broadbent's gone off for Sheffield. He was replaced by Kellett. And it's Warrington now on the attack. Is Rocky Turner. He's easily tackled though by Aston and Dickinson. Aston lying on Turner there. Is Malloy. Bad ball by Crompton and Turner knocks it forward. So it's a scrum down. Sheffield win the scrum. Here's Hardy. What a lovely pass out there to Michael. Michael breaks all the Warrington tackles. Des Drummond chasing after him. Well tackled by Des Drummond. And Sheffield have lost the ball and Warrington come up with it. So Warrington relieved. Nice running there by Michael. Escapes two Warrington tacklers. But drops the ball when he was tackled again by Des Drummond. So Warrington now trying to relieve the pressure now with driving the ball out. Here's Burke. So a bit of a scare there for Warrington. As this game's not over yet, still 6-2 in Warrington's favour. Here's Turner tries to get a ball away but couldn't quite. Fifth and last tackle. Kick this time by Dwayne Mann. Straight to Gampson. Sonny Nicol, he runs in the front of Gary Mercer. And Gary Mercer gets the ball, passes it to Des Drummond. Des Drummond drops the ball and it sails into touch. So it's a scrum down. Wanted to lose possession again. Hardy, he passes it out to Gampson. Gampson settled by Lyon and Turner. Powell, he's been very quiet this afternoon. Sheffield captain. Ashton passes it to Nicol. Nicol shows the ball. But Cullen shows his tackling. Van Bellen, he makes 2 yards before he's put down. Hardy, back to Aston passes it forward surely, but the referee says play on and the ball's passed to Farrell, who was touched by a Warrington player. Here's Kellett, this big, strong player. Van Bellen, he runs into Mike Gregory, who puts him down. Again. Aston, little kick, touched by Dwayne Mann though. And the referee says white clean. Cook passes it to Dickinson. I haven't seen Andy Dickinson pass the ball yet. And here's Nelson. 20 yards now from the Warrington line. Here's Aston passes it wide out to Hardy, long ball out. And there's Gamson, pass inside to Powell. Powell sidesteps. A superb tackle. To stop the Sheffield attack. So Sheffield making the better of this second half. Crompton drops the ball and Sheffield come up with it. Bad mistakes by Warrington. It's brought Sheffield on the attack again. Only 15 yards from the Warrington line. And here's Van Bellen. Van Bellen bursts through the Warrington defence. On Warrington's 10-yard line. Here's Aston passes it to Hardy. Hardy, bad ball out, but Gamson takes it. He escapes 3 Warrington tackles. But Cullen gets him down. Playing for the penalty now, this Sheffield player. And good decision by the referee. He spotted that the Sheffield player was playing for the penalty and holding Cullen down. And the referee was right on the spot. So the referee there not falling for the 5-card trick. Malloy goes for the first drive. Dwayne Manny goes from the Acton half spot, escapes 2 tackles, but Farrell in with a tackle and wanting to lose the ball. And the referee gives a knock on. Sheffield fans not liking it. But Sheffield knocked it on as well, so it's Warrington's head and ball. Here's Turner passes to Lyon. Lyon goes through that gap, lovely pass to Turner. Turner, he makes from to the halfway line. Harmon runs powerfully on the ball, but well tackled by Mick Cook. Here's Crompton, he spots the gap. Superb run by Martin Crompton. He passes it out there. But a bad ball. Thornley got that ball and passed it behind. So it sailed into touch. So both sides losing possession at vital times. Penalty to Sheffield, Warrington being offside at the scrum. And Bruce Maguire now comes back on after his 10 minutes at the sin bin. Van Bellen gets pushed back there by the Warrington defence. Here's Kellett. Kellett's still going, still pushing his way forward. Sheffield fans like that. Here's Aston, lovely ball to Maguire. Maguire shows the ball. Well tackled by Dave Lyon. Here's Powell. Powell cuts inside, passing to Cook. He goes back to the touchline. Dave Lyon tries to get that ball, but Mick Cook keeps hold of it. Here's Aston. He shows the ball. He doesn't get anywhere and loses the ball this time. So Steve Malloy comes up with it for Warrington. Here's Mercer. 15 minutes gone in the second half. Here's Des Drummond missing. Good run there by Des. Dave Lyon this time kicks downfield. But Nelson should take this ball easily. Runs across field, Burke misses him, but Steve Malloy won't, he puts him down. Here's Van Bellen. He makes 5 yards. Here's Maguire. Maguire passes out to Hardy, and Warrington come up with the ball. Bad ball out there, Hardy. This is his last game as he'll go back to Australia as well. So Sheffield might be struggling a bit when these two good players have gone. Thompson pass it inside to Malloy. This is good running by Steve Malloy. Makes a superb 10 yards. Crompton, dummy, shows the ball and loses the ball. Ashton pass it out to Maguire. Maguire falls over. He's put down. Ashton takes a kick, which Dave lines easily. Crompton pass it to Des Drummond. Drummond decides to go forward, but he's well tackled by Gary Van Bellen. Here's Burke. Burke runs forward, making yardage. Harmon. Crompton left to Turner. Turner puts Thorley inside, but he's settled by Anthony Farrell. Referee says last settle. Bad ball out again. And here's Mercer. We'll have to throw the ball out. Here's Burke. Burke passes to Crompton. Crompton takes the kick. He looks a good one, but well taken there by Michael. So Warrington being a bit risky there on that last tackle. Good running by Darryl Powell. So the referee gives a penalty to Sheffield for Warrington being offside. Ashton kicks deep into touch.